It is Friday. What is it? Oh, Friday, February 12th. It is Valentine's Day weekend. Actually, I forgot all about that, and I'm like, man, maybe my topic should have been surrounded by love. But every day and every episode, we're talking about some kind of love topic. So I guess in a sense, we're always talking about love. Hey, mommy. Yes. So how do you like the background, Mom? My mom was really on me about the background. So I'm using a green screen until I can get a sign that goes behind me because I moved away from the curtain. So thanks, Mom. How was your week, Mom? Hi, Connie. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the show. So yeah, as I was saying, like, how was everyone's week? As I was saying, like, I totally forgot that it was Valentine's Day weekend, so I couldn't really. So I'm like, man, should I have been talking about love? Anyway, we're gonna just keep going. Basically my week has been pretty well. We have some interesting topics today because once again, there's always crazy things happening in the world, like all the time. So I want to start with this video because this actually went viral and everyone was talking about it. So I thought we would just start with something really funny. My week was good and busy. Busy is always good. It's always good because number one, it makes the week fly by a little bit faster than if you had absolutely nothing to do. So if you might have seen this because this was like super viral. I thought it was hilarious, so I said I'll play it anyway. So here we go.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
He says I'm not a cat, like it's not obvious that he's not a cat. Oh my God. I thought that was so funny. Like, that is so funny. He clearly hit the wrong button, right? All right, so let's get into the show. I just thought I'd show that first because I thought that was like super hilarious. Like, I never touch buttons in the middle of a virtual meeting because I don't want something like that to happen and I can't get out of it. So, word to the wise, don't touch buttons and you're not familiar with it. Okay, well now let's get into Kiwi Ree. So today we have some interesting Kiwi Rees. Yes, honey, hilarious. We have some interesting Kiwi Rees today. The first one is about an on and off relationship with a 22-year-old. So we already know that, she might be too young to be worrying about this. But hey, I guess this is about love. So it's a Dear Abby article, and it says, woman frets over her on and off again relationship. So she says, Dear Abby, my now ex and I have had a complicated 4-year on off again relationship. I finally ended it 5 months ago, but I'm still not sure whether I made the right choice. Every guy I date, I compare to him. It's hard to imagine myself with anyone else. We were so similar. And we made so many plans together. Our families weren't crazy about us being together. I backed away many times because I wasn't sure of us in the long term. Maybe it was because I'm only 22 and scared of committing forever, or because I want to be a doctor and have years of schooling ahead of me. Our relationship was always very hot and passionate, but it turned very cold and distant sometimes. I'm confused. Did I leave for the hope of something better or a fear of commitment? Or was it because I'm young and still trying to figure out life and felt he was holding me back? Second thoughts in Arizona. So what do you guys think about that? Hey, sister. Hey, Auntie Cindy. Look at your niece. That's cute. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kristen Simpson. Hey, everyone. So what do you think about that? Okay, first of all, you're 22 years old. you're still finding yourself and you don't really know what you want. I don't think it's a fear of commitment at 22. And maybe it is, because it's like, okay, your whole life's ahead of you. You want to be a doctor. And it's like, you can still be in a relationship and being a doctor, but you have to be with a certain type of person to be able to deal with that. Because if you're with someone that wants like your undivided attention, that's impossible if you're trying to get your doctorate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's searching to see if there's something else better out there. But my whole thing is, if you're trying to be a doctor, you don't even have time to explore love. Like, school takes a lot of your time, like, for real. Like, I don't know how many hours and days that my husband was away from me because I was in school. That's why I'm saying you have to be with the right type of person that will be able to share your time. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Cynthia. Hey, you guys, she makes clothes. She's a dope seamstress. Cynthia J Designs. Check her out. Cynthia, put your Facebook link into the comments. Yeah, she will definitely find out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you're 22, of course, we all want to, focus. We all want to find love, because we think that, especially as women, we're on this quote unquote biological clock and this and that. But Janet Jackson having kids at like 50. So, if you're worried about family and stuff like that, it'll happen in due time. But if you're more focused on school, you're actually doing him a service by waiting until you graduate, because you're not going to be able to give your full attention to this guy. So what do you guys think about it, as I attempt to stop the screen? Because, when I was younger too, it's like, oh, I just want to find love. And I always tell people, your single years are your years where you're discovering yourself, where you should be traveling and learning new things and figuring out your niche. And it's almost like we're raised to look for someone when we're younger. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't start discovering until we're older, to be like, wait, I have dreams and aspirations that's separate from a man. And love is great and relationships are great, but we always know that the greatest relationship is with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Cynthia J Designs, check her out on Facebook, you guys. So that was the first keyword read. I thought it was pretty nice to talk about. So here is the second one. Now, this is one that I feel like everybody can relate to, and this is why I brought it up. So, hairstylists, like, life is, I don't know, like going to get your hair done is not like it used to be when I was young. Like, when you go to get your hair done, you would get and I still have people that do my hair that offer this. So this is no shade to anyone to do my hair, but there are some stylists out there where you have to come with your hair washed, come with your hair straightened and blow dried. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they have these undue demands, and then they still charge you like 85, 100, 150 when you've done half the work. So I thought that I would bring up this keyword read because it's irritating at times. Exactly. Yes, the right man will find you. So no need for you to look for him, because he'll definitely find you. So this is the conversation between the customer and the hairstylist. So the customer says, "Good evening. I ran across your page." Can I make this bigger so you guys can see? No, I cannot. Sorry. "Good evening. I ran across your page and was interested in booking. I was wondering how much you would charge for the hairstyle." So the hairstylist says, "It's past evening. Next time, text between 9 to 5. That's more appropriate." Okay, fair enough. Then she says, $55 hair not included. So you got to buy the hair. All clients who want a sleek ponytail must come washed and relaxed. Now that's half the work. Not only do she have to wash and blow dry her hair, she got to put a perm in it too. And it's like, if she's natural, you're gonna force her to put a relaxer in her hair. So anyway, the customer says, "My apologies. I can come wash, but I don't relax my hair. Can I book for January 22nd?" The hairstylist says, "If you can't come with your hair relaxed, then you cannot book for this particular service." So the customer says, "Why?" And she says, "How am I supposed to do a sleek ponytail with nappy hair? Make it make sense." I'm going to repeat what the hairstylist just said. "How am I supposed to do a sleek ponytail with nappy hair? Make it make sense. Where is the customer service anymore? When is there a time where you can speak to your customers who give you money and pay your bills and help you sustain in life, where you could just talk to them, make it make sense? How am I supposed to make you're a hairstylist. You're supposed to perform miracles. That's your job. That's your job, to sleek my natural hair. And I've had ponytails and everything, and I'm totally natural. And I went to hairstylists that has sleeked me down. Case in point today, this is not how I look like when I walked in her shop. Right, relax. That's half of the job. Right, right. Make it make sense. You know what? Right, end the conversation. Point blank there. Like, no, we're not going to continue this at all. There are too many other stylists, and I think that people get beside themselves, when they get the money and stuff like that, or they get on, and it's just like, okay, well, a dime a dozen, but you don't treat customers like that. You just lost the customer. So people, the question was, what do you think the hairstylist was wrong on the client? And some people said the fault actually isn't the stylist, it's the client. The stylist told you their skill level by saying, come relax. And instead of y'all finding someone who meets your needs, you force someone to meet your desires, either because they're hype or cheap. So, thank you, Aunt Cindy. So I disagree with that. Okay, yes, she's telling you her skill level, but okay, you can't sleek down natural hair. But to say things like, how am I supposed to straighten your nappy hair, make it make sense? There was a better way she could have approached. See, people miss the whole point. It's not the fact that the client wasn't meeting, where her skill level. It was the fact that she straight disrespected her with no regard. You know what I'm saying? Right. No customers, no business. And she missed the referral because she could have referred her to somebody else, just by the way that she talked to her. But she's talking to her crazy. So it's just kind of like, well, no, I'm not going to get my hair done by you anymore. And then somebody else says she's definitely unlicensed because she is making the client wash their hair. If it was a professional, she would have a business phone and not answer that hours at all. I get emails from students and my clients after hours, but I have set an office hours for answering them back. That's another thing. Instead of saying, can you talk to me at another hour? No, you could just answer me when you get a chance. I get emails all types of times, but I check it when I get to it. I'm not going to say, hey, why are you sending me an email at 10 p.m.? Send me an email at 8. What does it matter? The email is going to be there when I wake up in the morning. So I just wanted to know what you guys' thoughts were about it, because we want to support the small business, and I'm not even going to say black business. I'm talking about just small businesses, but when you get approached like this and talk like this, you're like, well, I might as well just give my money to the big people that don't care. And at least I know they don't care, about me as a person off bat, versus me trying to support your business and you sending me messages like, make it make sense. You make it make sense. Click. Nobody got time for that. So before we get into the next section here, I want to give a great shout out. I don't know if you guys can see it with the green screen. It looks weird. So because it looks weird on the green screen, I actually got the glass on here so you guys can really see it. So Treasure Glitz did it again. They made Be Your Own Kind, their own signature glass. I'm so excited about it as I sip my water here. And this podcast on the back, and that's actually my logo, as you can see in the back. So thank you, Treasure Glitz. Just snapped again. If you want to look at some other things that she has done, here is her Facebook page right here. And check her out. She does custom mugs, stem and stemless glasses. So just check her out. And of course, we're going to have to do a commercial. So I'll be back after this commercial. From Treasure Glitz. And it's super, super, super cute. As you see, it has my name on it and glitter. This is so my personality. But the other one that she made for me, it has like the polka dots and the fur. That is so me. So, where can you find this? You may ask. Well, she's actually on Facebook. So I wanted to show you guys where she was at right quick. It's on Facebook, and it's under Treasure Glitz with a Z Simpson. So here is some of her other stuff. Let me see if we see photos. And I'm just so in love with all of her creations. Like, she's super creative. If you want to order, you know, a glass, oh, I love that. I just love the fur, you know. So if you want to order a glass, you know, hit her up at Treasure Glitz Simpson. You can look that up on Facebook. What I'll also do is put the link in the comments here. So yeah, shout out to New. Yay. So I'm going to sit that right there in the comments if you're interested, because it's probably easier to do that. Oh, I should get one for the podcast. Yeah. So this is just some of the stuff that that's my glass. So this is some of the stuff that she does. So kudos to Treasure Glitz. Yes. So I wanted to give her a shout out because I simply love the glasses. I simply love it. Hello? Oh, I don't know what happened. My computer just froze. Sorry about that, you guys. That's just a live glitch. Thanks for hanging on. I don't know what happened. I couldn't press the button. I couldn't say anything. So I don't know what that was about. So anyway, yeah, so check out Treasure Glitz. So are you guys still there? It seems like you guys are still there. Just hit me in the comments to let me know that you're still there. I guess I'll keep going unless somebody tell me that you're not there. So we're going to go to what is going on? Okay, so we're going to go to the next section of What's the 411?
What's the 411? I gotta go in.
So I don't know what's happening. Okay, you're here. Okay, thanks for hanging on. I don't know what happened there. Okay, all right. Thanks for being there. So our first What's the 411 is a pileup that happened in Texas, actually. It happened in Fort Wayne, Texas. 6 killed, dozens hurt in 130 plus car pileup on sheets of ice in Fort Wayne. How scary is that black ice? Like, it's just so invisible. You can't see it coming. Like, you just got to be careful, especially in weather like that. And look at it. It just caused a big uproar. So what happened is, it says at least 6 people died from dozens more injured in a massive car pileup involving at least 133 vehicles on the North Texas Express toll lanes in Fort Wayne, Texas, early Thursday morning. Made for deadly driving conditions by morning in an accident that sent 65 people to be treated at hospitals for injuries, including 36 that were taken by an ambulance. Oh, my computer is not the best today. Oh, there we go. All lanes on Interstate 35W north of downtown were expected to remain closed for several hours on Thursday as rescue teams worked in bitterly cold temperatures to clear the damaged vehicles and the highway. The names of those killed in the crash will be released after the families have been notified of their deaths. Oh, Lord, praying for the families, and hopefully that, no more people passed away from you. I saw the clip. That FedEx truck went flying in the air, and it's like, was he speeding? No, well, actually, it doesn't matter. It was ice on the ground, so it wouldn't even matter. Like, I guess it would have mattered. Yes, it would have definitely mattered. So my prayers go out to the family and the people affected by that. So just be careful out here in this winter weather, man, because the winter don't play. It's so much safer in the summertime. So my next What's the 411? This is another thing that is just like basically been going viral, and I had to talk about it because it made absolutely no sense. So I don't know if you've heard about the lady who gorilla glued her hair down for a ponytail. I guess instead of relaxing your hair, you could just put gorilla glue in it and it'll just stay there, forever. So I simply thought, okay, it is this. Oh, you can't see it with the green skin, but it is this thing called Gorilla Snot. It's a green bottle and it has like this little gorilla on it, if you can see it. So she thought it was a great idea to gorilla glue her hair down, and she said it looked like hairspray. Now, in order for you to get to gorilla glue, you have to legit not be in the hair. Not be in the hair section. Gorilla glue will never be found in the hair section ever. You know what I'm saying? How did you know I was going to? I had to go there, like, for real. We have to talk about this, Aunt Cindy, because this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any common sense. So all the videos were on here, and this was her explanation. And I just now this is a make it make sense moment. So here we go.
It's time.
Oh, how I love these
to get
ads.
motivated and lose weight with Nutrisystem.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times.
15 times.
And it don't move.
Did you expect it to?
My hair. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this.
Then she using Pantene. Why does she think it's easy to get glue out like that? That wasn't even in the same section. This is ridiculous.
What?
Then she's demonstrating this like we don't believe that shampoo don't take out Gorilla Glue.
You wipe it off and nothing happens.
Right, it's glue.
This is the life that I'm living at this point.
This is the life you chose. This is ridiculous.
The life that I guess I'm gonna have to live. Yeah.
Is she crying?
Look.
Oh, she's a mom. That makes it scary. So my thing is, why? Now that's a make it make sense moment. Does that one? I'm so speechless. On this because it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, she had a GoFundMe page to help her pay for I guess the surgery. I don't know. I didn't look at it. I didn't follow. As you can see here, she's feeling unstuck. This is her hair now. They got it out. It was a black doctor who actually got this Gorilla Glue out of her hair. Thank God. So, and TMC is following this. So first of all, why is this recorded? But I guess with this being viral, is she happy? She can run her hands through her hair. Right.
It looks great.
No, yeah, I really didn't think he was gonna love you like that.
Yeah, Ma, they couldn't get it out. They had to use something to get it out.
Cut my ponytail off.
You were paid though, you had to.
Then she mad that they cut her ponytail off, y'all. You better be happy you ain't got this ponytail no more.
How do you feel now that this whole ordeal is basically over?
Okay, enough of that. She just complained that they cut her ponytail off. Okay, do you want to stick with the Gorilla Glue ponytail? Oh my God. So I guess the silver lining for this, like there was a black doctor who had the secret recipe for getting removing the He said he combined medical grade adhesive remover, aloe vera, olive oil, and a dash of acetone. How he figured up this elixir, only God knows. But this is what he had to say. I like this.
When I first heard of it, initially I thought it was a joke. But my office said, "Hey, can you remove Gorilla Glue from somebody's scalp?"
Why they asked him if he could do it?
I brushed it off, and the next thing you know, they were asking a question. I looked up the compound. Okay, the main active ingredient in Gorilla Glue, polyurethane, and we figure out the science, how to break it down. So I then decided, now we're going to reinvent the wheel. So we bought chemicals that has components to dissolve. A solvent. It's a medical grade adhesive remover that we use in the operating room. The company was very generous to us. They brought me some. They even saw me mix it up today when they were here. And then the active ingredient, I have another ingredient called MGD. The MGD.
And now that he has this elixir, I hope that everybody else not gonna keep put glue in their head because they know that it can come out now. Like it's almost like we're shunned, like Black women are shunned for not right. He's going to be busy. He's going to grow because there are a lot of people that's just going to slick their hair down because we have this dying need for our hair to be like super bone straight, right? And that's why the perm was such a big thing, at least when I was younger, because you got this straight hair. You can put your fingers through your hair, and and the fro just kind of went by the wayside, and then we hop back into the natural movement, and people are embracing their big hair and embracing their curls. And I love my curls, but sometimes I do like the straightness. Sometimes I do miss the perm, but to the point of desperation where you putting glue in your head and you got to get it surgically removed. And you know what? She's a big star. Like, she's verified on Instagram, got GoFundMe's, and a lot of people said she did it for clout. I don't know. I can't speak for her. She said that she thought it was going to work, so all we can do is take people's word for it. It's just a crazy ordeal. You know what I'm saying? No, did you see the dude who put the glue on one of their red plastic cups and drank out of it? What is this? What is everybody's fascination with Gorilla Glue? What is this? What is it? A guy who, I'm going to look this up, who put... Oh, it's already popping up on Google. What? A Louisiana man who accused Tuscan Brown of making up her Gorilla Glue story. So is he countering it? What? He ended up in the ER after he glued a plastic cup. Y'all gotta look at this. Y'all gotta look at this. This is crazy. Are we that bored? I'm worried. I'm so worried. Why is this a good idea? He said he thought a woman who sprayed her hair with Gorilla Glue was lying. So let me test your theory. Now he a scientist. He got a hypothesis and he had to figure out if it's true or not. What is this? Hey, Jermaine. She owes him about 5 Easter dinners, 20 Christmas cards, and 20 pages of her writing. I will not put glue in the head. Oh, right. On the chalkboard. Exactly. So he decided to do the totally normal thing and Gorilla Glue a plastic cup to his lips. He couldn't remove the cup, no duh, and the doctor had to painfully peel it. I'm not watching it if it's a video. This is crazy. What is up with this Gorilla Glue epidemic here? This is insane, totally insane. So before we get into, hello, is everyone there? I don't know what's going on today, guys. I just don't know. Let me see. Hey, guys. I honestly don't know what's happening right now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Let me try to add the green screen again because it's just not showing up. Oh yeah, it is the green screen. Oh well, this is how we're gonna finish it. We're gonna keep going. It was the green screen, you guys. Talking about pink lips, right? And we thought it was one white people who did crazy stuff, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you guys can hear me. I think it was the green screen. Something is malfunctioning with that. But we go on. The show must go on. We're not gonna just. I'm just gonna say forget it, and we'll try again next week, right? All right, well, let's get into a commercial here. This is one of my sponsors, CBS Design. Right. When things go live, you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Time to pivot. Right. So as you can see, I have a green screen that fits on the chair. It's kind of cool. It was a Christmas present from my mom. Shout out to her, who is also over CBS 3 Designs. If you want a custom sign, if you want just some inspiration, encouragement, or just if you're doing homeschooling or anything, she makes custom signs, and you can check her out on Etsy. And I put her link into the comments. All right. Let's do one more commercial for our troubles. This is for Lavish Looks by Miss Michi. So check out Lavish Looks by Miss Michi, and you'll get 25% off. Let her know that I sent you. So I also put that in the comments as well. All right, so our topic. So a couple of people, I did a vote, and it was like a tie. So I decided that I was going to just mix it together. So one of our topics today is the longevity of a social media career. Now, social media career is all about connecting. Like once you find followers like devoted, who was at a riot last week? Oh, she was a riot last week. She sure was. Yes, Miss Michi was on our show last week, and we had a really good time. So the longevity of social media is good. Like if you have a following, if you have like loyal followers and people that are really rock with you and really down with you, however, there is a lot of stress that comes with being a social media influencer as well, because as we know, out here in the world, we have some crazy people that be leaving crazy comments. I believe there was an 18-year-old TikToker that just committed suicide this week because she couldn't take the scrutiny from people on there. So you have to have really thick skin, and you have to remember that these people don't really know you and they're strangers. So somebody voted that they wanted me to talk about this. So I'm going to talk about this and then segue into the next topic. So let's get into the article. I found the spot where I wanted to get started. So don't worry, we're not going to read this whole thing, Ma. So one of the reasons, well, like I just said, constant pressure. Like it's true in influencers day to day is so much harder than the dream of life it appears. They might not share the late nights spent editing, constant pressure to engage, hours spent chasing brands for payment, or struggle to reply to each comment they receive. But that doesn't mean it's a big part of their life. While some are deciding a life on social media just isn't sustainable, there are still many more blazing a trail. Influencers are getting younger too, as BuzzFeed's Netflix documentary Follow This will attest, and children are starting to weigh it up as a potential future career option. Now, when did you ever think that, like, it used to be like if you're in media, it would have been like an actress or a radio personality, or a musician. And now kids are saying, hey, I want to grow up and be an influencer. I want to be online. You know what I'm saying? So now this is a full career. However, if you don't have thick skin an audience can tear you down. Like I get weird stuff and I'm a small platform, you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what the next person will get. Like, what do you guys think about that? Because it is younger influencers. However, it's also a younger audience that now that we're behind the scenes and no one's face to face, they can pretty much say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? And I see some crazy stuff online in people's comments, like about their kids and, you know, their family, about them and death threats and all types of stuff. And it's like a constant thing. So it's like, I feel like the longevity of a social media influencer kind of depends on the skin that you like, how thick a skin you have. Like, what do you guys think about that? You know, even on here, like if somebody start talking crazy, I'll ignore it, but everybody's not like that. So basically in this story, her name was Jenna Marble. She stopped being an influencer because she said it was too much pressure to try to engage. It was too much pressure to keep her numbers up and dealing with the comments and dealing with the scrutiny and things of that sort. So that was the answer to that question. So yeah, you have to be careful. It's kind of like when you're doing that app dating, that online dating, like you got to be careful and vet out the situation because you really don't know who you're talking to on the other end. And if you do meet them for the first time, maybe do a group date or meet them, you know, like do something. Just don't go alone because people are nuts out here. Like they're just super nuts, and we're already doing a lot to maintain our mental health. So not only are you trying to balance your own mental health, you also have to deal with crazies out there, like much too much. Like who wants to do that? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all I have to say about that because other than that, I just feel like people are influencers forever. Like I can do this thing forever as long as people are following me, you know, but when it gets to the point of me being stressed out, like, oh, I only had 2 followers today. If I only had 1 follower, I'm not that person. If I'm sitting here talking to myself, the show must go on. However, numbers, it's always quality over quantity. You know, I'd rather have, you know, loyal people on my live than people talking crazy to me because I'm looking for the numbers. You know, you have to be sincere in what you're doing and not worry about that. Tessa Gorilla Glue said it's overwhelming. She reached out to the social media for help. Oh, Tessa. Did she really need to reach out to social media? Could she have just reached out to the doctors? But I guess here's the thing about social media. Would a doctor have even offered to do that? Because they flew her out there and that was complimentary. So would a doctor have actually reached out to her, you know, had she not put it on social media? But now she has to live up with the hype. You know, if she wants to stay trending, she got to keep doing crazy stuff because you're here today, gone tomorrow. Viral is literally that. Is here today and gone tomorrow. So, you know, so that's where the pressure come in. But the pressure also comes in when she is between the hardware owl and the hair owl. So, you know, I'm sorry, Tessica. I just don't get that. I just don't get, like, if she was 5 or 6, I would get that. But that's a grown person. Like, I understand, be your own kind, but Jesus, probably not. So my next topic is basically about healing. Now, what made me think about this is we're always saying we're on a journey to self-discovery. We're always saying that we're on a journey of healing. However, do we actually take the time out to heal? You know, I was talking to a friend earlier today and I was like, you know, it's just like you bump your knee, you're outside, you're skating, you fall and you scrape your knee on the sidewalk. And as soon as it start healing, you know what kids do, they start picking at the scab. So then it opens the wound back up. So I thought about that in a metaphorical sense as well. Like when you break up with someone, and then it starts healing, then another guy comes in and you picking the scab and you attracting the same person because you haven't taken a chance to heal. You haven't taken a chance to set boundaries and redirect behaviors and perspective in your next relationship. So when you're constantly not allowing yourself to heal, all you're doing is picking at the scab and picking at the scab and picking at the scab. Next thing you know, you're walking around all scabbed up because you never took the chance to heal. And how many of us are guilty of that? You know, we go through traumatic things and then we just press through life and we're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna heal. But sometimes healing is just, you know, sitting there and just allowing your emotions to flow. You know what I'm saying? And allowing yourself to feel. And a lot of people feel like when they're praying to God to deliver them and to heal them, and if they don't see something physical, they think that he's not working, but he's doing the inner work inside of you. But how can he, heal the scab? You want him to just slap a band-aid on it. But sometimes if you keep a band-aid on a sore too long, it gets smothered because it's no air, so it's not healing properly. So you'd rather him just slap a band-aid on instead of just taking the time to let it heal. And what even brought me to this is because my friend Asha, who was also on the show, she posted this on Instagram, and it really got me to thinking today, like for real. It says the healer always needs healing. The planner always needs surprises. The giver also needs to receive. The thoughtful also needs to be thought of. The considerate also needs to be considered. So if we're always doing the healing, if we're always doing the planning, if we're always giving, if we're always being the thoughtful one and the considerate one, when do we stop to receive that in return? When do we stop to get that reciprocated? And a lot of people can say, well, I just give, and no one ever gives back. Are you looking from the person that's actually giving it to you, or are you paying attention to the blessings that's coming in your life? Because sometimes you are getting it back. You are, reaping what you sow. But if it's not from that particular person, then it doesn't feel like that. If you're waiting on a parent to say, I'm proud of you, you're going to miss it. We're going to miss the other people that's saying that they're proud of you and that they support you. You know what I'm saying? I always make this analogy that you invite 100 people to a party and 99 come. And you're so focused on the one that didn't come to celebrate you that you have just missed the 99 people that came out, to celebrate you. Mom says, I was so guilty of that, which spun me into a vicious cycle. You must get closure from one relationship before going into the next. My 2021 moment. For real, especially because in a relationship, I know one likes to blame the other, but it takes two in a relationship. And it might have been something that you could have done better. No, it is something you could have done better, just like they could have done better. But if you don't take this time to reevaluate that relationship and just hop right into another one, and then you're just like, man, why do I attract these kind of people? Because you're not evaluating why you attract these type of people. You're not healing. They're reminding you of something, or something that, and sometimes I feel like that happens because God is trying to show you. Especially because if everybody's feeling the same way, let's just like you have these friends and all of a sudden these other friends are not, everybody's like saying the same thing about you. Everybody can't be lying. It may actually be you. You may be the toxic one. You know what I'm saying? So, but you'll never know that if you don't take that time, you know what I'm saying, to heal. And when you first hurt yourself, it hurts. But over time it gets better. It gets better. And it gets better, but that's if you allow it to heal and you stop picking the scab. I know that's a very nasty analogy. Jermaine says most people don't allow themselves to heal, and they bring more trouble into themselves, making the same mistakes and bringing different people in their lives with the same toxic people. Right. All you're going to do is attract that same spirit, because I honestly believe spirit attracts spirit, and a spirit knows when it's around a broken spirit. And it's like, oh, well, maybe I can pray on this person. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and they can detect that some people can read people insecurities, and they play off of that to get what they want. And if you don't take the time to figure out your triggers and what's going on with you, somebody will figure out you before you, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous for somebody to pick your triggers before you know them. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch. Yes, you got to watch the company that you keep. And you also have to, proceed with caution, with discernment. But my thing is, if you take the time for that healing process, you can set that boundary. That goes back to boundaries, what we talked about, a couple of weeks back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I will never allow this to happen to me again. Because here's the thing: if you don't set those boundaries, you become a bitter person. And I always pray that, like, Lord, don't let me be bitter. Let me feel how I feel, say what I gotta say, and move on, because I don't want to get so bitter that I miss the person that God actually want me to be a blessing to, because we're out here, fulfilling a ministry, You know what I'm saying? We're out here projecting love. And if I'm bitter, I can't love you like I'm supposed to. I can't help you like I'm supposed to. I can't even be happy for you like I'm supposed to, because when you're bitter, jealousy goes with that. Like, oh man, she thinks she's something. Da 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 da. Well, let's see how far this goes, because it didn't go far for me. You know, you ever just met a person that just constantly got something negative to say, no matter what you do, just something negative. I don't know how that's gonna work. That ain't gonna work for you. And it's just kind of like, why though? Like why? You know, and it's just, it's bitterness, and you don't know how that makes the other person feel. And I'm getting off the subject, but you're right, Kristen. Bitterness manifests into hatred. You start getting envious. You know, you living in the past, because when you're bitter, I feel like bitterness grows from not moving forward too. You know what I'm saying? So you find people that's talking about stuff that happened in 1962. Every time you meet them, why are we constantly reverting back to 1962? It's 2021. What has happened in your life today, this year, presently? Why are we still harping on 1962? You know what I'm saying? And it just, yes, bitter and jealousy go hand in hand. It definitely does, because you're not moving forward. You're not even on a conveyor belt. You're literally standing on a treadmill that's off. Like, I don't know what's worse, making movement or no movement at all, you know, because I always say, just because you're making movement doesn't mean you're progressing. It means that you're just being busy. But what if you're just not being busy, and you just sitting there and finding fault with everything and everyone in your life, and then picking, you know, creating situations, you know, that causes drama, you know, in people's lives, just planting like little bitter seeds in everybody else's life. Like, no, take the healing, just heal. Yes, bitter people are so mean. You could be like, good morning, and they'll be like, what's good about it? Dude, this is one of my pet peeves. How do you wake up angry? Nothing has happened yet. Nothing, absolutely nothing has happened yet. Do you realize that there are thousands of people across the world that did not, or millions that did not wake up this morning, especially right now? You know what I'm saying? And you're like, well, what's so good about the morning? Dude, you woke. What do you mean, what's so good about the morning? Or you get in the elevator, good morning, and everybody just looking at you sideways like, dude, the day just started. Why are you pissed off? I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, love that. Thanks. I thought it was disgusting because I'm talking about like sores and stuff like that. But yes, we have to, you know, we talk about healing, we talk about self-discovery, but what do you do with that information? Once you discover, this is a question. What do you do with that information once it's brought to your attention? Do you just say, you know, because it kills me when people say, yeah, I know I'm like that. Yeah, I know I'm like that. Yeah, I know I'm like that. 20 years passed. Yeah, I know I'm like that. So what are you going to do with that information? Are you going to continue on this road, you know, or are you going to heal? Are you going to seek therapy? Are you going to meditate, pray, read the word, whatever can heal you? Whatever your process is of healing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one thing for it to acknowledge it. Lord, search my heart. But my cousin says that, like, it's one thing to say, Lord, search my heart, but it's another to say, Lord, help me to change. I cannot do this by myself. And one of the greatest things you can ever say to God is, I need your help. He's here to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to struggle. You know, you don't have to be bitter. He can chip away that. He can mend broken hearts. He can mend broken spirits. He can put smiles on sad faces. All you have to do is ask. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you only get one life to live. So why live it bitter and angry and jealous and just hold malice against people, or make people feel like something's wrong with them because they have joy, because they took the time to heal, and because they healed, now they can walk in their success and be whatever God's purpose is for their life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't mean to go there, but yeah, bitterness is just crazy. You work on being better. You can't be the same person. No, and here's the thing, Kristen, Changes, you're going to evolve whether you want to go with it or not. Life's going to keep going on whether you want it to or not. And hopefully, and that's how bitterness happens. You evolve into a bitter person. No one is born bitter. No one is born bitter. You might be born a little bit cold. You might be irritated you're not in the stomach no more, and you got to do this bottle now when you've been getting fed through the umbilical cord. But the baby not not bitter. We're not born this way. We're not born sad. We're not born anxious. We're not born stressed out. It's life. Things that we allow in life, or seeds that are planted in our mind that are not real, cognitive distortions that we believe. That we believe. And I read something today, like I don't know if you guys ever do those plans on the Bible app, but I'm doing like this spiritual warfare thing, and it was saying like when you hear things like you can never do this, you're awful at this and you're awful at that, that's the enemy. And they said the best way of doing that is just thanking God. Even if the situation is horrible, worship and praise can always make your situation better. Why? Because you're focusing on the good. You're focusing on how far he has brought you. You may not be who you want to be, what you want to be, but boy, when I look backwards, I'm not that person anymore. And it takes your mind off of, because while you're worshiping and praising him, you're out of his way, and now he can do the inner work as we were talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? Yes, God is here to help you. All you got to do is ask. One of my pet peeves is people talking about God will work it out, but they don't want to help God out with him helping. Oh my God. That even happened with the COVID thing. Well, I know my God is a healer, so I don't need to wear a mask. Why do you not need to wear a mask, sir? Ma'am, why not? Why? I know God is a healer. Why would you make him bring out his medical bag when you could just wear a mask? Just wear a mask. Sometimes people are so heavenly, what is it called? My mama know the saying, don't be so heavenly. Mama, what's the saying? I know you know it, but it's just kind of like, come back down to earth. Yes, God is a healer. Yes, or people, I don't need to go to the doctor because God's a healer. Don't you think that God blessed people with a medical mind to become doctors to help you out here? So what is the purpose of blessing people with this medical mind if you're not supposed to go to it? You know what I'm saying? He also gave you a body that needs to be taken care of, which is why we have doctors. Jesus Christ. Change has to come. It has to come, and you're going to change whether you're not, either way. It's going to come, right, Jermaine? You have to work with God. You have to work with God, but you can't just be like, God will do it. That's like me sitting here like, okay, I'm going to do a live stream every Friday. God going to start that live stream. I will not be live on Friday if I'm waiting on the button to get pressed. God, I want you to grow my live stream. Just hit the button for me. Hit the go live button. No, I got to press the button. I got to do the work. I got to be consistent. And anything that has a process, especially weight loss. This is what catapulted that. Come straight out denying, depend on you, and depend on him to help you with everything. Heavily bride, thank you, Chris. Heavily bound that you are no earthly good. Y'all know I do not know the sayings. And I've started to really try to attack my health because I'm sick of being a broken record. And I found myself, see, this is when you have self-discovery. I found myself looking at people losing weight like, well, why I can't do it? Why is it easy for them? Because they did the work. That's another thing. Why do we get mad at people's successes when they've done the work and we haven't? Why do we get mad when our garden is bare when we sowed nothing? Why do we do that? Why? Because another person took out the time to heal and another person took out the time to be consistent. Why do we get mad at them? Why aren't we inspired by them? It's like, oh man, they were my weight and I lost weight. That's awesome. Not, man, why is everybody losing weight but me? Gee, because you're eating a donut. That's why. Sometimes healing takes accountability. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like to go through the healing process, because you have to hold yourself accountable for what you're not doing. You can't blame, somebody who brought, the coworker that brought the donuts to work. You can't blame the friends that go out to eat and they get burgers. I might as well get burgers too. And that you're on a health journey, you can't blame. Nobody forced you to eat that. Nobody even forced you to go. And the number one start of the healing process is accountability. Do we hold ourselves accountable for some of the things that are not moving in our life? Do we hold ourselves accountable for some of the spots that we're stagnant at? Because everything is not circumstantial or environmental. Some things is us. So what do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like accountability is the start of healing? God is a healer, but he also says in scripture, we will have last days, and pandemic is in there as well. Right. It's coming. Chris, you type faster than me. You must put the work in. Right. You do. Also, people don't want to trust the process. Right. No one wants to go the process. Everybody want to do microwave. That's why I think jealousy is insane, because you can do the same thing in your own way, of course, that another person is doing if you put in the same amount of work and effort. You can't get mad at someone because they put in the effort and you haven't, and you're still sitting in the same spot 2 years later. And as those years are progressing, once again, that's where bitterness come in. Well, God must don't like me. That's another thing. Like, why is God punishing me? Why is he condemning me? Jesus didn't come down here to condemn. It's in the Bible. No, you're condemning yourself because you want to do what you want to do, and you want to blame everybody else around you. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. When I watched those, and my mom and sister watched this, the 600-pound thing, the first thing they do is blame everything but themselves. Well, they keep bringing me the cakes. You don't have to eat it. Yes, they're an enabler, but you don't have to eat it. And it's easier said than done, because that is my personal struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's food. And it's like, but at the end of the day, accountability is I don't have to eat it. I don't have to partake in that. I don't have to deal with that friend. I don't have to, I'm not at this job forever. Let me brush up my resume. Let me trust God, that this is just a temporary situation. Let me trust that he's got me in this situation because it's something that he wants me to learn that's going to take me to the next level. We want these things and we desire these things, but we're not prepared for these things because we don't want to go through the process. How can you ask God to bless you with thousands of dollars when you don't even manage the money that you make now? It's illogical. Why would he do that? Why would he put more on you than you can bear? We quote these scriptures, but we don't think about it. Like, well, maybe I'm just not ready. God, can you prepare me for the thousands of dollars that's going to come in? Can you teach me to budget? Can you teach me to handle money correctly? You know what I'm saying? Do we ask these things? Or do we just get bitter because somebody else went through the process and got the healing and took the test, and elevated? It's levels to everything, right? Discipline is another thing. It's so many distractions. I'm not even gonna lie. Watching TV is a big distraction for me. I can get on YouTube just to learn how to do something, and I'm on YouTube for 3 hours. I'm on Netflix watching a full season, a whole weekend, just watching TV. And it's in my mind, and then you have that little thought in your mind, which I call the Holy Spirit, you need to work out, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you're just yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow, and then tomorrow's next year, and you're like, dang, I'm still here, all because of, and you can actually move around while you're watching TV. I hope this is not coming off as judgmental at all. It's just making me wonder, this week I was taxed with holding myself accountable for some things, because I feel it's if you reach the point where you're just well, why am I still struggling with this thing? What is it that God is trying to teach me about me? And then when you get I got the information, and now it's up to me to do something about it. There are things I need to heal from. There are things that I lean on that are not good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you giving attention to everything, to your business, to your husband, to your family, but are you giving that same effort and time with God? Are you? Or are you just contact him when you need something? Oh my God, I really want this, and then he give it to you, and you leave. And people always say this thing, well, God left me. No, you left him. He's still standing right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's when he shows you these things, he don't expect us to do this alone, that's when you go back to ask me, trust me. And there was a scripture, and this I'm sound preachy, but there was a scripture when the disciples asked Jesus, like, how many times should I forgive? And God gave this astronomical number. I think it's 70 times 7. And the next thing that came out the disciple mouth was, Lord, increase my faith. He said that because I myself cannot forgive anyone 70 times 7. I cannot. I myself cannot handle whatever addiction, or I myself cannot give myself strength to do this. I myself cannot heal me from mental baggage, physical baggage, spiritual baggage. I myself can do nothing. So Lord, increase my faith so that I can trust that you can help me with this sad thing, because I got a problem with forgiveness. So you're talking about 70 times 7. I thought that was the most perfect response to that. Most perfect response, and honest, because God wants your honesty. It's not like he already don't know, oh Lord, the hills of heaven. No, God, I can't do this. I don't have the capability. I can't leave this toxic relationship, Lord. Please give me a way to escape, and please give me the spirit to want to escape, because sometimes we want to get out of these situations. We say we want to get out of these situations, but we don't really want to. We're not ready. We're not prepared for the separation. So prepare me for this separation. Because when you open this door for me to leave, I want to walk out, and I want to walk out with faith. But if we don't get prepared for these situations and we just throwing stuff out there because that's how we feel in the moment, it's just going to be the same situation year after year after year after year. So what do you guys think about what I'm saying? I didn't even mean to go in this direction. Once you take accountability, you ought to find the root of the situation for you to understand what needs to change. Exactly. You are the root, because if you're searching, you will find. You know what I'm saying? You'll find out what's wrong. Acceptance will lead you into right. Acceptance will lead you into accountability, but how many steps do we go through before we accept it? I feel like the 5 steps of mourning, it can be applied to anything. So when you, the first thing is denial. And I feel like people get stuck in that denial phase. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Then the second step to that is anger. You get angry at everybody, and then sometimes you get angry with yourself. Well, I don't understand this, and and you're snapping at everybody because you found out something about you that you don't like. Then the third thing is bargaining. You know what, God, if you just let this go away, like right away, I promise I'll do this, that. Just let it go away. Just make it go away. Just heal me right now. Then the fourth one is depression. The fourth step is depression. So now you laying around, and I've experienced this, so I'm not talking about nothing I haven't experienced. And now you're depressed, like, oh, I can never do anything right. Woe is me. Oh, I just can't do anything right. And then once you get over the toxic thought patterns, number 5 is acceptance. You know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I am like this. Maybe I do need to fix this. So once you accept it, and you leave it at maybe I should do it, that is the fork in the road. Do you take the accountability and go on the healing process, or do you just keep going down the maybe I should change this road? That was perfect. Thanks, Mom. Yes, you have to pray for the Spirit to do anything. You really do. We can do nothing. We can't. Denial is a long stage. I feel like some people never get out of that stage. Some people just live in straight denial. People be saying stuff, and you be looking around, and they be like, yes, because this is blah, 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 blah. And you be like, what are you looking at? Kind of like the girl with the Gorilla Glue. I know something told her. I know something tapped on the shoulder and said, maybe this is not a good idea. I know it. No, I got it. I want straight hair. I got it. You taught me these steps while you were studying for your psychology degree. Yes. And it resonated with me, because I feel like we're not, like, when we talk about mourning, we always talk about like a physical death, a family death, friend, whatever, physical death. We never think of when we're with somebody and we break up with them. Not only are we mourning that relationship, but we're mourning those plans that were attached to that person. We were going to be married. We were going to have kids. We were going to build a life together. We were going to have a family together. So you're so busy trying to get over the person, but you also have to process and heal from the plans that was attached to that person. It's not just that person, it's your whole plans. Now you got to start all over again. And for instance, when you find out a new behavior that you don't like or something that's toxic and you can't get over the road, I feel like you're mourning that behavior, because if you correct that behavior, now you're stepping into the unknown. You don't know what's on the other side of this change. You don't. And I think that's another hindrance of the healing and the changing process, is because of the fear of the unknown. Okay, so if I get over this, then what? How would you know if you never get over it? So you sit and play in your head like, well, this is how life would be maybe if I did this, or maybe if I did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the mourning process really goes a long way. It really, really does. You taught me these stuff. Oh yeah, sorry. Exactly, Nita. Right. So what do you guys think about healing? Like, I'm gonna play my commercial here, and then we'll be right back. Do you find yourself overwhelmed with small business tasks? Well, Be Your Own Kind Freelancing is here to take the weight off. We specialize in assisting businesses with various administrative duties, HR consulting, online marketing, and editing services for podcasters and YouTubers. If you have a need we haven't mentioned, contact us to see if we can help. For more information, email us at info@beyourownkind.com. Leave the tedious tasks with us and take your time back. Yes. It says, wait a moment, then try again. Okay, so I pasted my email address. I finally have an email address for my freelancing. It's beyourownkind.com/BYOK freelance. Let me see if Facebook will let me put it now. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So yeah. And mom says, and don't expect others to celebrate your change. Just make sure you are. Yeah, celebrate you. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, for real. Like when you're looking for that I'm proud of you pat on the back, go in the mirror and say, you know what, Renita, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Why do we not congratulate ourselves? Like, why do we have to find someone outside to validate who we are? You know what I'm saying? Like you, it's all inside of you. We don't need nothing. God gave us everything we need inside of us. And yes, it's nice for somebody to pat us on the back, but it's also nice to look at your own progress and say, man, because only you know your progress. Only you know how far you've come. Nobody knows your story better than you. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Like, that went longer than I thought it was gonna go. So we know that this is the Valentine's Day weekend. Does anyone have any plans for Valentine's Day? Yep, Inside Out. He's working on the Inside Out. You know, we're as long as we look good and we're dressed up in the exterior, no one's gonna see what's going on inside of me. You will be shocked how many people can detect what's going on inside of you, and how many people do not go for the hype. Then you would be so surprised. A person you can just meet can walk up to you and say, yeah, I see you smiling on the outside. And that has happened to me before. So you think you're hiding, but spirit recognizes spirit every time. Because we are our worst critic. You are right. And why is that? You know, oh, I can do this better. Oh, I didn't make this timeline. And then we're like, oh my God, why is Johnny not congratulating me? Oh my God, where is Cynthia at? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you at that moment say, you know what? You're doing a really good job. You're working hard, because you know how hard you're working. You know how many hours you're putting in. Don't nobody know how much work you put in better than you, because it's your business. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have to get our own way. We do. And if we can't do it, we can pray for God to take us. You know what, God, just pick me up and take me out of our way. Because we're really in God's way. We're not in our own way. Because he's trying to do something and we're in the way. That's like you got a toddler and you're trying to make breakfast and the baby just right there by the stove. Don't touch the stove. Come on, move over here. And you're trying to get this prepared. You're trying to get this done. You're making the meal for the baby, but you can't get the meal done because the baby's in the way. That's how we are with God. He's trying to do an inner working and fulfill our requests and fulfill all our wants and our needs, and we're in the way. Move. He keeps sitting us over there. We keep coming back over there. Well, let me flip the bacon. I got the bacon. I got the pan. Just sit over there. By humble. Is that for Valentine's Day, Jermaine? People do detect because we're spiritual beings. That's why I'm saying people know who to pray on. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine, but when you start to celebrate yourself and do for you, it really starts the path of getting negative people away from you. Being your own cheerleader, yes, is very important because can't nobody come in and tell you nothing about you. Because here's the thing, when you're so thirsty for praise, people will come in and just fake praise you. They'll faux praise you just to get what they want because they know that's what you need. They'll keep pumping you up because you're doing something for them. And if you're not securing yourself and you don't know who you are, then you'll never notice that person is just saying whatever. But like their actions aren't matching their words, but you're so focused on that audible, that tangible praise that you get so thirsty for it that you don't even notice that the person just gassing you up. You know what I'm saying? So when you're your own cheerleader and somebody come in and say that you're great, you already know you're great. And that's not even an arrogant. It's like you're great. You may say, thank you out loud, but in your head, you're like, yes, I am dope. I am dope. I already knew that, but thanks, So yeah, be your own cheerleader. And I am right now, right, Renita, right. That's funny. Faux fake praise. People do it all the time, gas you up. As long as you're doing something that they like and something that they want, they like, yes, I'm in your corner, Let you plummet. Let you go through the valley. Let you go into the valley and see if that person's still praising you. It's fake praise. It's fake praise. Just stop it. Like when I was single, I used to say, if you're not trying to have a relationship with me, do not cuddle with me. This is fake cuddle. It's nothing to it. You're not doing it because you want to be close to me. Don't cuddle with me. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't fake emotions with me. Don't fake like you're with me. Don't do it. Just so anyway. And people will gaslight you every time because people will pinpoint what you want. Don't even give the appearances like you're there for me. Don't even do it. Just scram. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have genuine people around you, then they just don't need to be. You do it by yourself. I do it by myself until God send me some better friends. And that's another thing. Like, are we afraid to be with ourselves? Like for Valentine's Day, even if you're not with someone for Valentine's Day, why not take yourself out? Why not order yourself something from Uber Eats? Why not bring yourself flowers or watch a movie with yourself? What's wrong with that? Because Valentine's Day is about love, which is weird. This wasn't my topic though. But Valentine's Day is about love. And any type of love with a family member, love for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's about. Well, I feel like that is all this influencer stuff is. Excuse me, fake praise because you're very attractive or have a perfect body. That's a whole other show. That is, and I didn't even get into that. But then once again, on the other side, then that influencer is trying to live up to that hype. Because the reason why the girl committed suicide is because people were like, well, you don't look good with your makeup off. And the negative comments kept accumulating, and she got discouraged, and then she took her own life, and she was 18 years old. And that's social media influence be your own kind, because I'm like, everybody is trying to fit this blueprint, of oh, I need to have this. I need to have that. And people be buying these clothes and taking them back to the store the next day. You don't even know it. Some of these things that look real, they're backdrops. They're green screens. They're not even where they're at. They're in their living room. You don't really know I can sit here and be like, yes, I got it together, and cut this off and be just destroyed. People can, once again, we talked about that. People show you what they want you to see. But like I said, there are so many people out here that can see through that. You know what I'm saying? And social media causes, I feel like, and that is another show. Maybe that'll be the show next week. Social media does have a thing on, like, it has pressure. It applies pressure. And it's why some people are depressed, why some people are anxious, because they're sitting there being jealous and envious over someone that don't even have that life that they're portraying. So you're sitting there being jealous over a false narrative, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So, right, Jermaine, right. Oh, loves and hugs. So, yeah, that is a whole nother, like the facade, like stop the facade. Like, what's wrong with being real? And that's what I want my whole brand to be. I'm never going to sit here and say I got it all. I'm never going to sit here and say yes, I got it together. I don't think we ever arrive there. I think once we reach one destination, then we got another lesson. It's another destination. I think it's levels. I think it's just levels for the rest of our life. We never stop learning. We never stop evolving. We never stop growing if we allow it into our life, because you can stop growing. You can stunt. You can get bitter if you don't open to these things, if you don't let these things in your life. Social media plays a big part in the way people live their lives. It does. It absolutely does. That's why I'm saying the numbers. When I first started this blog, this live, I'm like, oh my God, only 2 people came. Only 3 people came. You know what? Nobody has to come. There was a time I'm talking to myself. There was a time it was just my sister and my mom on here. I'm happy. I'm happy for the 8 to 9 people that take out time out their day to come to my platform. I'm happy for y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all could be doing anything else, So why can't you just respect what you have? Because maybe this is what you need right now. Do you think I can handle a whole bunch of people trying to do comments and talk to everybody? No, I have to learn that. I have to work my way up to that. How you got to start somewhere. These people that got like millions of followers, that didn't come out of nowhere. There was a time we had no idea who Kim Kardashian was. You know what I'm saying? I know her basis of how she got famous, but the reality is there was a time that we didn't know. We didn't know who Kim Kardashian was. We didn't know who Kanye West was. We didn't know who Beyonce was. But that doesn't mean they weren't doing the work behind the scenes. Even Kim was working. Give that to her. It wasn't that they wasn't working behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, you see everybody's end story, but you don't know the beginning. You don't know chapter 1. You catching them at chapter 50 when they done went through 49 chapters of hell. You don't know anyone's story. That's why it doesn't make sense to be jealous and envious, because you don't know what happened to them for them to get there. You don't know. That's why it's good to be your own kind, go through your own journey, your own ups and downs, so that you can be a blessing to someone else, because that's what it's all about. It's all about sharing what you went through to maybe, possibly, stop somebody from going down that same road, or just to encourage them while they're in that trial, while they're trying to get through it. That's what it's about. None of us are perfect at all, Right, Chris, number 1 fan. Yeah, perseverance is everything. Perseverance is everything. I remember I was in kinesiology class, which is a long word for gym, but you guys are smart. You knew that. So, and we had to run 3 miles. Now, I practice for this, y'all. I practice. I'm not a runner. No matter how small I've ever been in life, I just don't run. And I practice. And when it came to the testing, I just couldn't make that time frame. But you know what? I was so determined, y'all. Everybody had finished. And I said, I can't run this. I'm just going to walk it. The whole class. It took me dang near the whole class. The whole class was still there because they could have left. They had finished their test. And when I finished, everybody rooted for me. And the teacher was just like, you know what? I'm going to pass you just for the simple fact of your perseverance. You could have stopped moving at any time. But I'm like, no, I was determined to get to this finish line. And that's how we have to be with life. If we can't run there, we can walk there. If we get tired walking there, we can crawl there. If our knees start hurting, we can just sit there. And we can just wait until our strength build back up. But the thing is, you got to get back up. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep persevering, Yes, you should see it out here in LA. These influencers is bad. They perpetrating driving a Royce in Beverly Hills at a luxurious restaurant. But when that camera is put down, they got to go sleep with somebody to pay for it all. Kim Kardashian changed things. They work hard, but they are all about a public image to keep it all right. But did Kim really start that? I feel like she only mimicked Paris Hilton. But see, Paris Hilton, we kind of knew about her because of her dad. But then you got people like Corinne, who wrote that book about, her endeavors with these celebrities. And then it was like, wait a minute, I can make a name for just being with the celebrity. And then it birthed all these baby mamas that are famous on Instagram just because they have a kid with a rapper or a kid with a producer. They don't even have to do anything. So yes, Kim is a part of that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, she was in love with Kanye, so I have to give her that. And I'm not even sure how that Ray J thing got leaked. There's rumors, but I don't want YouTube flagging me. But you know what? My whole thing is that's the norm now. Like I can have this life. And then you know what? Those reality TV also, y'all, I feel like played a part in it, because you watching Housewives and you looking how they dressing and you looking where they living, which some come to find out some of those houses are rented. You know what I'm saying? Like reality TV has also made it worse, because you're watching all these lavish lives. Give me a reality TV show of people living in an apartment, a regular apartment. But nobody really want to see that. But that's actually reality TV. Everybody don't. The people that even on the show don't have the stuff that they portray on the show. So how reality is it? So you got social media, reality TV, fancy baby mamas. It's just so much going on. That's why you gotta just stay in your lane, because you don't know what then you come to find out all these stories coming out about celebrities and actresses who were assaulted and forced to sleep with this person to be in this movie, and we sitting there and we being jealous with them, and these people are unhappy and battered and shattered, and we're sitting at home with peace. We're sitting at home feeling safe and secure, but we're sitting there being jealous of them, and they're just traumatized. These celebrities be straight traumatized for years. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep going no matter what the odds against us. Right? Clothes rented, house rented, body rent. You will not get a breast implant on Thursday and come back in on Saturday. I would like to return these. That came to my head. You can rent clothes. I've seen the sites. You have it for the weekend and then send it back. So you don't even got to do the tag thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real in reality. No, it isn't. I mean, it might have started off like that with the real world. But then when you got into the Bad Girls Club, Flavor of Love, what was another one? I think the girl, what was her name that loved Flavor Love? I can't think of her name, but she had a show, and then it catapulted to Love and Hip Hop. Then it's the housewives, the doctor's wives, the dentist's wives, the preacher's wives, just all types of wives. And the funny thing about these wife reality TV shows is they're not even married. Some of them are like divorces. I'm like, how did they make this show? They're not even married. No, it isn't. The pandemic has shown. Yes, they're very traumatized. I want to see the Real Housewife living in the projects and got to go to dinner with these other housewives. That's a season. I would definitely watch that. That's why I like Robin from the Housewives of Potomac, because out of all of the housewives, even though she's also not married, but because of like all this glamour, she was a person where they had money, they lost the money, but they built their way back up. And then when they did, as they're building their way back up, humility grew, because now it's like, I got knocked down, so I'm going to work hard now to make sure that never happens again. I'm going to work. I'm not just going to sit up and depend on my husband's money. I'm going to make my own money, because had I been working when we had money, and had I had my reserves up when he lost his money, we would have still been okay. That's what she learned out of that. That is reality to me. Like, you go up, you go down. But had I been just not laying around, just spending my husband's money, and I put some up for myself, we probably would have been in a better predicament. You know what I'm saying? New York. I never seen Housewives in New York. Oh, ain't it? No, it's Housewives of Potomac. I've never seen Housewives in New York. Heck, if we traumatized, we know who they are. Jermaine, you should start your own show. He definitely should. I wish he would. One day he gonna give me that commercial though. I haven't forgot. Got to have humility. Yeah, you definitely have to have humility. So, we just talked about 50 million topics. In like an hour and a half. Girl, that's what he does. Yes, he is a producer, and he does be producing my show. He does be like, okay, we got to talk about more of this. We got to talk about more of that. He is my producer, and when I get up there, he will be my hired producer, because I'm going to need it. So I'm going to play one more. Oh, girl, New York is her name that was on. Oh, I'm like, why everybody keep talking about New York? I'm talking about Potomac. I I should. The Real Hood Wives of Cottage Grove. You should do that, and you should make that a You should make that if you don't make a YouTube series, Jermaine, I swear to you. This year I want a YouTube series, and we're gonna have a watch party, and we're gonna watch our YouTube series. Get on that. Get on that. Do you know that Issa Rae started on YouTube? She started on YouTube and got discovered. Get on YouTube. Don't make me start preaching to you. 50, yeah, we had 50, 11 topics. I honestly forgot what the topic was. So, Jermaine, I will watch. Let's talk about it at the next team meeting. Yes, definitely. Although somebody might get cut. Yeah, if you on Cottage Grove, though. If you on Cottage Grove. So I'm going to play one more commercial before we head on out. So here we go. Yes. And as you can see, I have my links ready this time because last time my links weren't ready and I'm sitting here trying to search it and find it out. So please, subscribe to Unkind YouTube channel. I put the link in there. If you subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. A sister trying to get monetized, y'all. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna have a huge party, giveaways, guests, you name it. It's gonna be live. I'm gonna make sure of it. So, does anybody else have? Let's see, Jermaine. Oh, wait a minute, Jermaine. Oh, we did that already. Okay, so although somebody might get cut, I got everybody. Hey, Nunu, I showed everybody my glass. This is Treasure Glitz. Look at my glass. That glare. Let me move that glare, and maybe you can see it. Wait. Yes, see the glass? I love it. Yes, I sent everybody your way, Treasure Glitz. Thank you so much. She clowned, y'all. She snapped on it, man. She got my logo and everything. I love it. I was working tonight. Catch you again next week. Okay. Thank you for joining the show. And everybody, as always, this has been a legendary, epic show. I wish you all a great, happy Valentine's Day. Do something. If you don't have a Valentine, do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit and think of what you don't have, but be grateful for you and love on you. You know, and as always, you know, Essence Sister to Sister 2.0. Support my sister. Hashtag BYOK. I love you, Jermaine. Thank you. Hey, New. Yes. So thank you so much. And until next week, if you guys have a topic that you want me to talk on, just be sure to shoot me a text. Not a text, a DM. Shoot me a DM or comments, and most people have my phone number, so you can shoot me a text. We can talk about it. If you want to be a guest on the Be Your Own Kind, let me know, and we'll schedule that, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. Or you could just chill with me through the show like Miss Michi did last week, and we just go through random topics or whatever. Yes, get you some Baskin Robbins. You deserve some ice cream. You in California. It's hot. I'm jealous. There's snow everywhere. So until great show, thank you so much, and thank you guys again for spending your Friday with me. Don't forget to be your own kind. Don't forget to be kind to you and allow the healing. Just accept the healing. Just let it flow. Just heal. And don't forget to be kind to one another. And until next time, bye.